Hi guys, this is How the Inflatable Fanatic, and I'm here with another video. I know I did post a video yesterday, but I'm back at it again, and that's ultimately because this morning Home Depot did release inflatables for Halloween 2020 and Christmas 2020, and I wanted to discuss the one that you see in this picture right now, the 11.5 foot wide Santa Sleigh, Jack on his sleigh with skeleton reindeer and Zero guiding the way. And I just kind of want to discuss what I like about it, what I dislike about it, some things I noticed, and I even customized it, changed it. No, Gemmy did not do this customization. This photo was made by me. I just want to make that clear because I don't want anyone making videos on it or saying that they changed it or whatever it may be. It was just a custom made by me of ultimately fixing most of the complaints that I've had. So let's get right into it. So it is 11.5 foot wide, but I'm going to scroll to this picture. It says it's 11.5 feet tall too. And it can't be right because obviously because of proportions, you can see in the video that it's definitely longer than taller. So it must be a typo. I'm speculating that it's around 4 feet tall. Yeah, I would say 4 feet. Yeah, roughly there. Maybe 4.5. But I think 4 feet is probably what it is. Which is a good height for it. I mean, it's the standard height for all these sleighs that they make. What else do? Let's talk about the pros now. Because that was just one thing I noticed on the website. And also, let me scroll through the photos. I just want to talk about the price real fast. $150 is pretty good for it. I know typically the regular sleighs go for $50 bucks. When I bought my sleigh, I got it for $50 because it got 50 off. But they typically go for $100. I believe even last year they upped the price like 15. I think it was 115. Don't take my word on that though. I'm just pretty sure. So $150 is reasonable because obviously it is licensed. So there you go. So let's first start about the pros about it. Obviously, I love this idea. I love the concept. I thought of this idea many years ago, and I was hoping and waiting for Gemmy to make something like this, and they did. Let's find a better picture of Jack. Yeah, this. Why? You just don't like me? Oh no. Okay. I exited out and you were going to see the customized photo and I didn't want you guys to see it. This Jack his face looked good. The reindeer's face looked good. Sorry, I keep umming. Zero looks good, but that's the standard Zero that they've used. And I do like how they have wreaths around the reindeer's neck. That's pretty much it. There's not much pros, honestly, to me. The biggest pro is that this is original idea, and it's idea that I think me and a lot of other collectors have wanted for a while. It's another photo of it. So downsides. I'm going to start with minor and then go into more major complaints. So minor has only 5 C7s. I feel like it should have more. I feel like if there's one trash can, Santa's head, why I keep calling Jack Santa? Jack's head, the reindeer skeleton each have one, and then Zero has one. I kind of wish Zero also had like a light in his nose, but that's not a big complaint. Okay, second complaint is the leash. You can see it better in this photo. So the leash is attached to the reindeer, but then it isn't attached to Zero, which doesn't make much sense. How much money would it cost just to, add a little strand to Zero? And honestly, I don't think Gemmy was just cutting costs with this one. I guess that's the best way to put it. I think they were just plain lazy and they put little to no thought in this one. They thought of the idea, someone made it, and they just stuck with it. They didn't try to improve it or whatever. They just stuck with it. I think that's the major problem. I don't know what this photo is. I guess next I will go into the reindeer itself. it lacks a lot of detail, so you can see in the face. The face looks good, but I feel like it should dip down more near the nose. And also the antlers. I want to see the bones within the antlers. I know it's obviously a Christmas inflatable, and they didn't want to make it look too Halloweeny, but it screams for details. Like, these reindeer just don't look right. They look like ghosts almost, with just odd looking faces. They really needed to emphasize that this is a skeleton, that it's not just a white albino reindeer. So yeah, I would have loved more details, bones in the legs, bones in near, like, even a tail I would have liked, but that's probably asking too much for Gemmy. One near its rib cage, one making up the neck, its spine. Yeah, its spine, definitely its, what's it called? Collarbone, I believe, is what it's called. And definitely just a lot more, just so it could look more detailed and it actually looked like the reindeer in the movie. Because if you look up an image of the Santa Sleigh inflatable, oh gosh, guys, like, why do I keep making the same mistake? If you look up the Jack Sleigh on the internet, Nightmare Before Christmas, whatever you need to search up, you'll see that the reindeer have a lot of detail, and so does many other aspects of this inflatable. I'll go into now, because I guess I'm talking about detail. Detail is probably one of my major complaints, and I'll get into the trash can. And why? Well, here we go. The trash can. So the trash can, it's not a major part of the inflatable, but, I mean, come on. This is like, when they were making this sleigh in the movie, they're just using literal trash. They're just grabbing whatever they can make. They use a coffin as a sleigh, because obviously they don't know any better. And they're just, whipping this up together real fast and getting everything ready. So they have a trash can, and that's ultimately what holds the toys. But this thing has no details on it. So to me, it looks like a polished, shiny looking trash can. I want to see the lines, the indents in it that make up a trash can. I want to maybe even see some cracks in it. The same thing with the coffin. I really feel like they needed to extend it so that it looks more like a coffin. Plus, I would have liked to see... the coffin's pretty good, but I would have liked to also see, like, for example, on Santa Jack himself, a buckle on his belt. Like, they put no effort on his suit at all. It's just pretty much all red, besides the glove and obviously the pom-pom on the top. But it needs a belt. It needs maybe like a collar or something. It just needs more detail. The same, his beard is fine, but even if they put some indentations in it, like drew some lines, it would have ultimately looked more like the movie, because Tim Burton's all about, details, and especially like the whimsical details, so having that would really add to the feel of the movie. And what else? I guess my major complaint, and this is my most top I forgot this one detail. I kind of wish it had another reindeer. I feel like it would have been, this is more of a minor complaint, I just forgot to add this, and one more reindeer would have made it more true to the movie. Plus, it just looks a little small. It looks a little odd with it missing one reindeer. So if they ultimately would have made it 15 feet long and another reindeer, and maybe even extended the coffin a little bit, it would have been looking much better. And then lastly, my biggest complaint is the base. Why is it blue? It makes no sense. I mean, what are they, floating in water? Even too, I mean, if they were trying to go for the illusion of Santa flying in the night, the night is not light blue. I mean, really, like, what made them think light blue is a good idea? Snow doesn't look light blue. Snow is white, so just make it white. I mean, I understand if they didn't want to go with snow, because obviously Zero's white and the reindeer are white, and it wouldn't be much colors. So I understand they want to go for a color, but I feel like they should have, if anything, went with gray in order to make it look like a roof. But then if they want to make it look like a roof, or go with the gray color, I would like to see like the shingle pattern, or at least the shape of a roof, so that it gave that illusion. But I feel like, knowing Gemmy, they probably wouldn't want to take the time to do that. And I understand why. It's just more detail, obviously ups the cost. And it wouldn't have an overall great impact on the inflatable. But if they would have just made it white, or just even a lighter, if they would, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if they would have just made it white and then made the skeleton like a gray, and then just kept Zero the way he is, but maybe like added something so that it contrasted him from the base, that would have been awesome. But yeah, with all those complaints though, I mean, I'm not purchasing this inflatable. It just looks odd, plus I don't really have space for it. If this inflatable looked good, if they put more time, thought, and effort into it, into the overall design, I would have purchased it, even if I wouldn't have used it in my display. I love Nightmare Before Christmas so much. I would have just kept it as a collector's item, probably kept it in the box, and just used it when I used it, and maybe used it every other year in my display or something. But if it looked good, I would have bought it really no matter what, no matter the cost, no matter nothing. And, it takes a lot for me because I waited so long for this design to say, no, I'm not purchasing it. And no, I'm definitely not purchasing this one. So now let me show you the custom that I made. Here it is. So obviously, it's still not perfect, but if it looked like this, I would have purchased it. I still feel like it needs another reindeer, and I still feel like the sleigh should be a little longer. There should be still some other little things, but obviously I couldn't do that much. Maybe if I could add another reindeer. If you guys would like to see with another reindeer, I'll try doing that. But this was the best I could do in the moment, and I think it looks much, much better now. Obviously, as you can see, I changed the base to make it look white, which actually looks very, very good. I think it's obviously because I took this image from another inflatable, and with the shadows and everything, the base looks a little bit more grayish. So even if they did make this, if they gave the base like a hint of gray, and then made the Zero and the reindeer completely light, just so that they could contrast each other, I think that would have looked perfectly. But they had to go with stupid bright blue. That makes no sense. It doesn't even make sense for Halloween, summer, what other holidays. I don't know what they were thinking, but yeah. I also added details to the trash can. I added the lines. I added the belt buckle. I added the strap to Zero. I think I said this already, but obviously I added more bones to the reindeer. As you can see, legs, backbone. I added a spine. I didn't do its neck, which would have been continuing the spine, but I did the antlers too on top. And I just think it looks much, much better this way. But I think that it's a good inflatable. There should be changes made. I have a feeling Gemmy will probably remake this inflatable next year. Hopefully they listen to our criticism and what we think of it, and ultimately make the changes. Most of the changes, at least, that I stated within this video. And if they do improve, I definitely will purchase this inflatable. Because as I said many times before, I'm a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan. And I truly love the Nightmare Before Christmas inflatables. So I think that will be it for this video. I'm sorry it was longer. I just had a lot to say about this one inflatable. I was excited yet disappointed to see this one released. And I really just, want to spill everything out. All my thoughts, all my feelings about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below if you are thinking to purchase this one. If so, excellent, good for you guys. I mean, it is still awesome as it is. Obviously, always take my ideas and thoughts with a grain of salt. They're just my ideas and not facts. If you guys like it, good for you. It will look awesome in the display. I just don't want it for my display, and I honestly just don't think it's just not true to the movie, at least for me. Alrighty, guys, I think that would be it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.